So by now everyone's probably heard about that thing that happened at DePaul. So I wanted to draw your attention to some stuff that happened behind the scenes that didn't really involve the stupid people who went up on stage. Journalist arrested for filming DePaul protests despite permission from President of Media Relations. So this article is more proof that the people that work there are supportive of the protesters, which is really stupid to me. Because as a university, you're supposed to promote the free market of ideas. You're supposed to challenge people's minds. It's a higher education. You're not supposed to just build a safe space. I mean, now people coming out of universities are just 5-year-olds in the minds of adults. I'm 17 right now, so I want to go into university next year, and seeing the state of universities right now, is it actually worth it? I always wanted to go because I was excited at having new ideas and actually going out into the real world and having to deal with it myself. I want to go into university to have my ideas challenged. I don't want to go there to just see a bunch of people saying, "Hey, come into our safe space." So it says, a reporter attempting to capture footage of Milo Yiannopoulos' event that was cut short at DePaul's University in Chicago was arrested and jailed for a night after refusing to stop filming. Jeremy Segal, a filmmaker, former Breitbart contributor, and founder of the video news site Rebel Pundit, was attempting to film the event, which he described as an important opportunity to get footage for his film. As I was following the protests, I was followed by an administrator who was trying to get campus security to make me leave. They wouldn't allow me to enter the room where the event was happening, he told Breitbart News. The attempt to remove him came despite the fact that he had pre-arranged with the event organizers permission to attend and openly film. So this is obviously ridiculous, but I'm not really surprised that it happened. I mean, just look at what happened to the security guards when they tried to actually sort out what was going on. It wasn't the security guards' fault. Apparently they really wanted to get those protesters off stage, but the administrators of the university told them that they couldn't do that. And after seeing that sort of stuff, you can see why I'm not surprised, even though I am quite pissed off. He goes on to say, "I was assured by the president of media relations at the university that the college Republicans had reserved the right of permission for me to film within their event, which they granted," he added. When Segal refused to stop filming, the university administrator called the police. He was consequently arrested and charged with criminal trespass. "I was booked, fingerprinted, processed, and then locked up for 8 hours in a 4-wall concrete cell." So apparently if you jump up on stage and start protesting about how you want all ideas that aren't yours to be censored and start threatening violence on people on stage who aren't doing anything wrong, then you're allowed to do that and you're in the right. But if you actually get permission from someone to film the event, then you shouldn't film the event. Is this real life? However, on his Twitter feed, Segal confirmed that he had got some insane footage of a rabid fascist mob of special snowflakes that will be uploaded shortly. Yeah, I bet. I can't wait for that. We need a new Trigglypuff. So he tweeted, "Behind bars, arrested at DePaul for filming a racist, fascist mob of special snowflakes. Insane footage coming." Let me guess though, as soon as he releases the footage, a bunch of sensitive people will go around saying how racist he is for releasing this footage and how he's part of the patriarchy and how he needs to get kicked out of our safe space and all that. But that's not where it ends. As you can see with this headline, Milo is indeed part of the patriarchy. DePaul Women's Studies Department organizes safe space after Milo event. After the tumultuous events that unfolded at DePaul University on Tuesday night, when Black Lives Matter protesters rushed the stage at a Milo Yiannopoulos talk, the Women's Studies Department has decided that because students are fragile, delicate human beings, they must create a safe space for them to recover. So I always thought that universities were meant to broaden your understanding on things, introduce you to new concepts, and show you that the real world works very differently from what you see growing up in school, which is quite sheltered. But no, apparently we're supposed to be children. We're not supposed to grow up and face the real world and face the fact that people disagree with us. We're fragile. We need everything that we say to be applauded, like we're 5-year-olds who just grasp the basis of talking. An email sent from the department declared that they were appalled that Milo Yiannopoulos was invited to speak. We are profoundly disturbed and distressed by the deep harm and damage that this has caused to so many individuals and to entire communities. We stand in solidarity with all our students and commit ourselves to working in partnership with you to respond to this tolerance and hate. The email went on to say that they want to create a space in which we can come together in the face of hatred and attacks we've experienced against our identities and community. Identities and communities. Oh, I can see the tumbler coming out on this. This so-called healing space would be used to cultivate resilience, resistance, and justice. Oh, bullshit. The only way to get resilience is to stop hiding in your safe space and actually get out there and try and bounce back against all the negativity. It's about being strong, and the only way to be strong is to expose yourself to things, and then, despite what you feel, just keep going. Resilience my fucking ass. It's not surprising when the WS department has come forward with such a plan, as safe spaces have been created after other Milo events before. Oh yeah, I bet they have. Milo and his scary ideas. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with the guy on a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that I have to shut him up just because of that. I like the idea that someone has a different opinion to me. After his appearance at Rutgers, where shrieking feminists smeared fake blood on their faces, they were so traumatized that they had to hold a group therapy session. Oh yeah, I got PTSD because some guy disagreed with me. Patriarchy. One individual told the newspaper that they broke down crying after the event, with another claiming that they felt unsafe on campus the next day. The only people that I think would feel unsafe would be the rest of the students, who kind of feel a bit scared that these unhinged fucking babies were running around trying to censor everyone. Well, that's just my opinion. At the University of Pittsburgh, the Student Government Board held a public meeting, with board members saying that they were hurt. You were hurt. As in, your feelings were hurt. Well, so fucking what? Marcus Robertson, the president of the Pittsburgh Rainbow Alliance, felt that so many people in the room were in danger, suggesting that counselors should have been provided in another area to help traumatize students. At the end of the email, it was revealed that the department would be demanding a meeting with the DePaul University president. So let's read the email. As a department, we are appalled that Milo Yiannopoulos was invited to speak on DePaul's campus. We are profoundly disturbed and distressed by the deep harm and damage this has caused so many individuals, and to entire communities. We stand in solidarity with all of our students, and commit ourselves to working in partnership with you to respond to this intolerance and hate. Let me guess, they're gonna start chanting, "We have nothing to lose but our chains," and joining hands? Please join us tomorrow. We want to create a space in which we can come together as a community to process, provide support, and strategize in the face of hatred and attacks we've experienced against our identities and communities. Again with the Tumblr words, we want to use this opportunity to create a healing space that can cultivate resilience, resistance, and justice. So they basically repeat the resilience and justice thing and talk about a space, safe space. I think we all know what's going on in that safe space. I also want you to know that, as a faculty, we are sending a letter to President Holzschneider, I think I said that right, later today, demanding a meeting with him and members of the administration as soon as possible. We also plan to file a formal discrimination complaint. With every new event at these universities, the actual appeal of these universities is just shrinking for me. In what universe is it okay to let these victim complex babies win? I mean, in my opinion, they are the ones who are doing the wrong here. They should be punished for doing the wrong just like anyone else in a normal society would. Consequences. Why are they above the consequences?